Yo, what's going on, man? Y'all come on off in here. What's good? What's going on, man? Y'all come on off in here, man. Get on off in here. We about to talk about everything from Bitcoin to ball. Bring X in here this morning. Talk about this morning practice, what we saw this morning practice, update with Avantae. Boys come right in here with the questions. How you been? My boys come right in the question. I'm gonna clear up a few things, man, about last night video, man. I see y'all feelings about last night video. But we're finna bring X in here right now, man. Listen, check me out. Before that, we gotta pay bills, man. Listen, everybody who got in the play this morning inside the group, everybody who got in the play this morning, it's a swing trade. Great play to get in. So that's like two or three plays we're in at the time. They swing trades when they hit the take profit, y'all take profit. Anybody else want to get involved? It's 786-405-9499. Send us a text. You want to get involved with the stock market. I know people had a couple questions. I figure I just address them all at the same time. Yeah, we're called swing plays. Most of the plays we get in are swing plays because most of you guys work. Y'all at work. Y'all can't look at everything. Y'all don't know how to set your stop loss. All that we're going to work on. So you get in the entry, and then you get out on the take profit. If anybody else want to get involved, 786-405-9499. If you want to learn about crypto, get involved. Want to know what's the next Bitcoin? When should you buy ADA? We all over that. We're going to get into X. What's going on, bro?
No, what's happening?
At practice this morning, man, went to practice this morning. Maybe the last practice we get to see before
the game Saturday.
Before the game Saturday, right?
Yeah.
How was practice like this morning, bro?
Practice was good. It was good. A lot of up tempo, fast. We only got basically 20 minutes to evaluate stuff, but from what I evaluated, is the offense moving fast. The quarterbacks are moving fast. It's not no standing around trying to get the ball and it's just like as soon as they line up, it's hike, pass, and trying to move at a fast pace. The defense, it looked like, like I said, we didn't get but 20 minutes, but the secondary, I saw them. Al Blaze is working with the safeties again. I'm guessing for depth reasons because Brian Ballum is out for the season. Then Avantae is not. He's not active right now, so you basically only have two deep secondary. So
right.
He could be, Al Blaze would be like your fifth guy if needed be. So yeah, it's not. Zion Nelson was out there in full pads working. He's ready to go. Everybody else, the only players who are not playing this game would be Sam Brooks, Brian Ballum, and John Campbell.
That's it.
And then Avantae Williams. I'm the only ones who are listed out.
Right.
We don't have no other information about anybody else just yet.
Okay. And Avantae had on shirts and shorts.
Yeah, he had on shirts and shorts. He was in the IPF working with the strength conditioner. The strength trainer, Feeney. To explain about the Six game, it's not really a suspension. It's basically a contract that he got to withhold to get back. You know what I'm saying? He can't. It wasn't the team. It's the school. You know what I'm saying? The school has a certain protocol about these things, and he gotta basically abide by the rules and come to all the agreements within the contract to get back on the field. So it's not like he can just get back on the field because the charges are dropped.
I think the confusing part to a lot of people is that, hey, only thing they know is what the news report. The news report that he had charges got dropped. So in people's mind, they thinking charges got dropped. He didn't do nothing. And I don't think that's true. You know what I'm saying? I think just like the NFL, you have people get arrested, then you have the NFL investigate stuff. Whatever the NFL find out, sometimes they suspend players off of what they find out. Whatever Miami knows, the news don't know. That's
Yeah.
how I kind of look at it. Whatever Miami knows, the news don't know. The man back on the team, but whatever Miami knows, whatever he did violate, you know what I'm saying? They're making him pay for it, and if he good with it, we good with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, and I tried to explain it to somebody like, it's, if he didn't like what's happening, he could have easily said, okay, nah, I'm straight. I'm gonna just go to another school.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously he agreed to it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really be mad at. You can't be mad because he agreed to it. And he knows he's holding himself accountable. He's holding himself accountable.
Right. That's a great way to look at it. I mean, what else, man? Anything else going on? What else?
Yes, Pope was out there. I don't know why y'all be acting like Pope. Man, Pope is going to play. Pope is traveling with the team.
What was T-Rob temperature this morning, bro?
Man, T-Rob, boy, as soon as I walked through the gate, you just hear T-Rob yelling, and I said, "Yo, T-Rob, man, he in game mode already. Like he ready." But
he know the urgency.
Yeah, but that's T-Rob. You know what I'm saying? If you know him or if you've been at a practice around him, you see that's how he is, like basically all the time. Then him being a coach who coached in this type of game, this atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? It's just he knows, so he's bringing that energy to the players, to the whole staff, and then everybody's, even the offensive coaches was yelling, and Coach Likely was yelling today a lot. I was like, oh man.
He was, yeah. Likens is one that gets intense. T-Rob been intense since he got there. But watch this. This is what I want to pay attention to. T-Rob has been hard on those DBs since he got there. Watch the production he get out of them. I'm not saying that's the only way to coach, but I think watch how effective it is. I believe it'll be effective. It's been effective already. I think he's turned a couple players around. I think DJ Ivy looks a lot better. I don't think he could have did anything with Tyreek's weight. I just think Tyreek's a heavy kid. Bubba Bolden looks up to him. So I watch the production that he gets out of those DBs.
You could just tell by him being there. The whole secondary, they move a lot. They move a lot different and a lot better. It's like now they're gliding and they're moving the correct way then, opposed to how we used to see them at practice. We used to always question, why they. I mean, I used to question why they always tackling the donut when they need to be doing, what I'm saying, some real DB drills and stuff like that. So they just move. They moving a whole lot better as of now. You know what I'm saying? We'll wait and see Saturday if it carries over to the field. But Bubba, I think Bubba thing is lasting for a whole season. He started out great, you know what I'm saying, and then he kind of moved down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So can he keep that same energy from the beginning all the way to the end? Will be Bubba's question. But at the point.
Yeah.
At that point, now you have two freshman safeties. Like we've been saying, them guys weren't really trying to come and sit the bench. They was like, we want to play.
Right.
So I think that competition is just making a lot of the players, the older guys, say, hey, man, let's step it up because, this is our last chance. You know what I'm saying? These young guys ain't here to play.
I think Bubba burnt out, bro. I think he had a lot. I think he led the team in tackles, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I think he was asked to do a lot. I think he may have some help this year. I think he may have some help this year with Keontra. I think it may be a couple more. DJ Ivy looking like Hercules. Seems to be more physical or something. Some light has turned on with DJ.
Maybe the light may have turned on for Gervin Hall.
I think so.
We've been waiting. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe. You say he might have some help. I'm thinking you gotta help him out, like you his safety mate. So,
what do you see out of Gervin Hall out there, other than what he was highly touted coming out of high school? What do you see when you're out there? We out there all the time, dog. Like, what do you?
I think when I see him, like for the last 4 years, he's pressing a lot. Like he's trying to do things and make it harder on himself instead of just letting it come to him, let the game come to him. He's real athletic because he can run, he can hit, but it's I think playing in the man-to-man defense fits him a lot better than playing in zone. Because when he's in zone, he's thinking entirely too much. You know, if you're an athletic safety, you like to be around the ball, you like to be around the player. That's his type of game. So the last 2 years playing in Blake Baker's defense, we predominantly was playing zone a lot. That didn't fit him. So you can see he looking out of space. He looked lost. So hopefully it translates to this year where we're back playing man to man. You know, so he could be the one safety over the top, but he's still covering the tight end. Or the ball deep third or cover three. You know what I'm saying? Make sure nothing get back there behind him. So we'll see. I mean, he got, like you say, somebody got to help Bubba. It can't just be Bubba by himself.
Right. I think Bubba kind of burnt out last year. Maybe I'm making excuses for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Nah, everybody say the same thing. He burnt out. Like he started off on fire, man, and we like, man, okay, this guy finna be the top defensive back in the nation. And you know what I'm saying? After, I guess you would say after the, I don't even want to say Clemson game. Probably a game after that. It's like, okay, now you start saying, okay, now he's taking bad angles because he burnt out. He like, man, I done gave my all. Ain't nobody else out there doing it with me.
You think Cam and James play? They get some burn?
Yeah, they gonna play. They gotta play. They IQ of the game is too high for them not to play.
Saturday, you think Saturday they get some burn? Yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
I mean, hey, one thing I say we got two players that starting that has targeting issues, and that's Amari Carter and Gervin Hall. So, with that being said, Cam and James are actually behind Bubba and Hall. So sometimes they might need a break. You know what I'm saying? You never know, cramping up or get tired or whatever. They gonna play.
Hall had targeting issues too.
Remember Hall guy? He got hit, ejected one game for targeting.
Which game? You remember? I bet you they know in the comment section. Watch they remember.
I don't know. Yeah, they should.
But it only happened once, though.
Yeah, it only happened once.
Carter got kicked out, 3 times?
And I think it was a bad call, but I mean, that's how the game is right now. You can't. They don't want you to lead with your helmet at all. Even if it looked like you lead with your helmet, they're gonna kick you out. So.
Before the Clemson game, FSU, they said.
Nah, it had to be. Yeah, I think it was Louisville. It was early in the season.
Louisville.
Yeah, with Louisville.
That was the game we lost 2 people. We had 2 targeting calls, right?
Did we lose 2 in Louisville? I mean, we were beating them bad anyway, so it didn't matter. But I think it was Louisville. And then looking at the defensive line, like we've been saying, Coach Jesse rotating 8 guys.
Yeah.
Leonard Taylor probably be the 9th. Leonard Taylor probably be the 9th guy coming off the bench. And like he said, they say, man, we kind of deep at defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't expected for him to come in and start, but eventually he's going to get into that rotation during the season, especially when you have guys playing and then if they're not doing their job, next man up will obviously be the solution. And he's too good of a player to not be on the field or even get some snaps.
So so Wiggins was in the depth chart, right? Wiggins was in there, right?
Yeah, Wiggins is in there.
Pope just wasn't.
Yeah, he didn't have only on the slot. It was basically just Harley and Restrepo, so they didn't have no third under the slot. But Pope is gonna and Pope, he could play slot or he could play outside, so he's gonna be on the field. You know what I'm saying?
I just we talked the last couple of months about, have we ever seen 2 seniors come back
and not start
and we talked about it and it was like, nah, I don't think that can actually happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like in default, everybody else is in place. That's what it
Yeah,
seems like,
yeah.
except Pope and Wiggins, right? And maybe Nesta. But
I mean, I actually thought maybe Pope will probably start. I mean, that's before he got injured and stuff like that. I thought Pope would probably start
yeah,
above Rambo, but then listen to Coach Lakeland, the way he explained how he wants to put Pope in the slot, and he thinks Pope is better in the slot than on the outside,
right.
which what we thought all along. Like, put Pope in the slot. Pope is better. He's quick and he's fast. Put him in the slot. He's not no outside receiver where he could manhandle the cornerback. You know what I'm saying? He light. So put him in the slot. Let him run them little routes and get open, catch the ball.
I remember when Pope was a freshman, I would be at practice and he'll look at me and usually and take a picture. Like, he'll do something. I take a picture of him. Now when he looks at me, it's sort of like Harley was like a year ago. It's like he don't want to look me in my eyes. So I was laying in the bed the other night, man, and I just hit him up on Instagram. I was like, hey, man, listen, tough times don't last. Tough people do. You know what I'm saying? Football is never going to be any of these kids' life. It's not their life. So, and he hit me back. He was like, man, I appreciate that. Something just told me to hit him up, dog. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I see him at practice. I see his demeanor. Something you love is kind of getting away from you. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Cam Newton. And it's like if it comes to an end, now what's next? So I have all of that attached to these kids, man. Sometimes I can't just be the media. Sometimes it's a little deeper than that for me.
Yeah, it's you know, we be knowing these kids, man. So it be hard, you know what I'm saying, watching them struggle. When you know, like you said, we known these kids, so it's hard to watch them struggle, and you know they have the potential to do it.
Right.
It's something that's not clicking, or sometimes, man, they just need some people outside of the program to talk to. You know, a lot, man. And I mean, recently come to find out, a lot of these kids have mental issues where a lot of them aren't addressing the situation, and that could be a problem right there. Like, man, I might have a mental issue with catching the ball in the game. You know what I'm saying? That could really be an issue.
It does happen. It happens to pitchers in baseball. It happens all the time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we never know.
It happened to Simone Biles, didn't it?
Yeah.
At the Olympics. She said she had the twisty tottlies or something. I don't know. She forgot where she was at in the middle of the air.
Man, somebody said Pope, man. I was out there today. Pope was hype. Pope was real hype out there in practice today. So
maybe he playing without the pressure. Maybe you go out there, you put him out there. There ain't no pressure on him no more. Like, maybe
there you go.
Maybe get out there and make a play because there's no pressure. I think what we're missing is, though, I think Lashley loves having the depth to be able have fresh receivers out there to run in the game, play fast. Yeah. I think sometimes we miss the point on that. That okay, we got depth. We got people fighting for positions, and it only can make the team better.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you look at the last 2 years, y'all, the fans keep screaming, wow, we got Pope and Wiggins out there. Okay, so now we have other receivers they could put out there, but at the same time, you still got Pope and Wiggins who've been in the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a bad situation. It's good. Like, we've seen Wiggins tear the roof off FSU 2 years in a row. We've seen Pope catch a game-winning touchdown. So we've seen these things. It's not bad having that extra added depth.
The fan base just forgot everything Pope and Wiggins ever did, and it went straight to the bad games. They forgot everything, even last year. You know what I'm saying? The things that Pope and Wiggins did. But yeah, man, that's neither here nor there. What you think about Cam Newton, bro? You think that's it for him?
No, I'm not. I hear the Cowboys are actually trying to get on phone with him right now. Bringing him as a backup. Yeah.
I don't think Cam want to be nobody backup.
I mean, obviously he don't, but I mean, do you want to sit there?
Cam's a private dude, man.
Do you want to sit there unemployed for the season? I say, do you want to sit there and be unemployed for a full season? Because if you do, that means that's it. Because ain't nobody gonna come back and get you next year.
I don't know. I think he feel he needed to prove he would have started, but I think he's the type of dude. I think he's fine if you walk away from it. I think he has some things going on the outside. I think he's fine, but I don't think he want to be nobody backup.
I mean, if your pride gonna keep you from saying, "All right, man, I'll take the little backup role," because he's one player away from getting in the game. He plays quarterback. He's one player away from getting in the game. Dak Prescott got hurt the last year. Who knows?
Who's the starter for the Patriots?
I think they're gonna announce Mac Jones, the rookie from Alabama.
The rookie from Alabama?
Yeah.
We're finna get an Alabama quarterback on the field in the NFL?
Yeah. I mean, we know that's what it's two.
Who else?
Tua, and
Mac Tua. Wait, yeah. Tua. What am I thinking about? But yeah, they thrashed Tua last year. We can't count Tua yet. You can't count Tua yet.
They trying to trade Tua for what?
Yeah. Hey. So Mac Jones went up there and did his thing for the Patriots.
Yeah. You know, man, he's like a Bill Belichick type quarterback. So I already knew that situation was going to work out for them. Cam, obviously, man, you know, he got a whole lot going on. I joked about it. I said, yeah, Cam got cut because he listened to rap music. They said that last week. Oh, he's not good because he listened to rap music. I'm like, oh, well.
Florida Kane say Cam going to the Texans. Cal Brent say Tua finna be the starter at Houston. How many quarterbacks Houston gonna have, man?
They gonna have to need a lot because I don't know, man. Houston, I don't know. That's a whole crazy situation, man. Already had to slide on lock. X and Brashad up next. Yeah, but X and Brashad up next, most definitely.
I was hearing, man, a lot of the freshmen, a lot of people who aren't in too deep, maybe three, aren't traveling. I heard there was a lot of people upset about that. We'll see. I guess I just have to.
You know what? After thinking about it, when you said that yesterday, and I thought about it, I was saying, well, if at one point it don't make sense, but then to think about it, it does. You know what I'm saying? You basically saying I think the team has over 90 players. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's actually going to travel. No school is traveling with over 90 players. You know,
right.
That's a lot of players traveling. Then, you know, dealing with this COVID situation, it just makes sense to not travel with a bunch of players. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You don't want 90 players and then one of the players who not playing gets affected and then it just trickles on down. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? I don't know. It just after thinking about it, it makes a lot more sense than the initial thought, but we'll see.
Somebody said, hey, look, X, what you think about Carter and Gill?
Man, I explained that yesterday. You know, Amari Carter he's basically going to be in on run plays, and Gilbert going to come in on pass plays. It's simple. Like if you know football, then you know what it's going to be. Carter is better around the line of scrimmage. He's better blitzing and stuff like that. That's his game. You know what I'm saying? Gilbert can do that too, but Gilbert is better in pass coverage. So you got run down situations, you got pass down situations. You would start seeing them interchange in the game. It's not about who started. It's about who getting the bulk of the snaps.
Right. Yeah, the starting stuff is sometimes overrated.
It's different if you the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They named the quarterback the starter. He played the whole game. That's different. You know, if you played other positions outside the offensive line, and maybe I can't even say D line because they switch a lot too. But like I say, outside the quarterback and offensive line, everybody's basically in and out the game.
So George and Brinson, Brashad, them boys won't be dressed. You don't think?
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not because man, that receiving room is deep, man. Probably not.
And I think that's just college football right now. I think that problem is everywhere with COVID and with them bringing people back and with them saying, hey, you can transfer and go anywhere you want to go. See, we didn't think about none of the results to this. Marvin Chapman had been bringing this up for a while. The log jam that they created in college football.
Yeah, I've been said. I say, man, it's going to hurt the basically. Is hurting because now you got a freshman who came in this year. He worked hard to get on the field for next year, but then that senior saying, I'm going to come back for an extra year. Now that freshman got to sit there and wait a whole nother year. My homeboy's son plays for FSU. FAU, and he said he laughed about it. He said, "Dang man, I hate the fact that college allowed these players to come back an extra year because now my son fourth on the depth chart." You know what I'm saying? He was laughing, but it's real. Like I won't be fourth on the depth chart if these other guys ain't come back. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know.
I think college football is creating a better product. When Brinson does get on the field. I mean, when he does get on the field, you see, he already got little guns. We were looking at his little guns the other day.
Yeah.
Bigger, faster, stronger. Like I think they're creating a better product with older players. I think so.
And also, I think like somebody asked Diaz yesterday about the initial scholarship numbers, and the NCAA trying to work with schools now about passing that rule where they could add extra scholarships per year. Because of the situation, because just look at it now, just say each team might be losing 20 to 25 players after this season alone. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of players to lose for a season. And that's just graduating. We ain't even talking about transferring and stuff like that, so who knows what could happen. So they man, once Romello get on the field, he gonna be on the field. Same with George and Smith and stuff like that. We will be good. So,
Jalen Knighton, Alpo, shout out for Alpo for sending the $2, man. He's thinking about Jalen Knighton. Our word is that Jalen Knighton will be suspended. They ain't saying nothing about it. So maybe he heard them questions actually. He ain't say nothing about it. So maybe
he dancing around that question like every time Manny Navarro asked him that question. I think the other guy from Sun Sentinel asked him a question, and he danced around it. He ain't saying anything about suspensions. I mean, we've got the word. We've been knowing this for probably a couple of weeks now about the suspensions, but they're not saying anything. They're not making it official. Right. So, but as of now, Cam Harris and Chaney was 1 and 2, and then Knighton was 3. But if you've been at practice, I've been seeing how they use Knighton a lot more out of the backfield opposed to the other two.
Right.
So, I mean, if he plays, then I expect Knighton to catch about 5 to 6 passes out a game out the backfield, plus carrying the ball out the backfield too. I love the fact that we got 3 different running backs. We got 3 running backs that all have different skill sets. Neither one of them run the same or does the same thing. Cam, all of them fast, all of them physical, but Knighton is basically the scat back. You know what I'm saying? Chaney is basically Chaney is our fourth quarter. He's our fourth quarter guy. He's gonna get the ball in the fourth quarter and drag you, stuff like that. Cam gonna hit you. He break away, big runs, stuff like that. He also could catch out the backfield a lot. So you got 3 different running backs, and I ain't even bring up Thad and Cody Brown. So we good with the backs.
Hey, clear some up, man. We dropped the video yesterday. The video when I was asking you, so what is our edge? Like X, if we saying that Miami could beat Alabama, what is our edge? And a couple of people in the comments was in their feelings, dog. Like, Streety, you had like Alabama got this. Okay, so 2 things. If you listen to Lashley explain Alabama defense yesterday in that press conference, it was he explained it like, listen, man, it's us versus the Avengers, okay? We gotta come out of that game. They got this person, they got that, they look as good as it. But what I was asking X was, see, y'all act like I was giving Alabama any kudos, man. At this point, it's line that shit up. I'll be on the sideline, and the last thing I want to see is us lose. That's never mind. You know what I'm saying? The fan in me is talking now. Just line that shit up, whatever. What I was asking X was to communicate, okay, if we can beat them, how do we beat them? Like, what does it look like? That's what I was asking for y'all to communicate in the comment section. Like, what does it look like? Like, what does it look like offensively? Like, what does it look like? Is it the defense? If it's the DBs making a bunch of plays on Bryce, like, what does it look like? So I wasn't saying it from a standpoint like, oh, we can't beat Alabama. I just wanted y'all to tell me, like, one thing to say, hey, we could beat them. The other thing is to say, like, what does it look like if we beat them? Yeah. Is it?
I think like you say, it's the fan and most people don't actually sit and think, okay, well, how can we really beat Bama? You know what I'm saying? Not just because it's a football game, but okay, what do we go out there and do? Because Bama don't make many mistakes. You know what I'm saying? They barely make mistakes out there. So what can we do to make them make mistakes? Well,
what is our
we capitalize on them.
Right. Is it Darren King turning into a running back early in the game and opening things up? I don't know. Like, what is our edge? That's what I was asking for y'all to put in the comment section.
For me, after listening to Lashley and then actually thinking, okay, well, when he had Auburn, Nick Marshall, and Nick Marshall caused a lot of trouble for him, because he was a running quarterback and he couldn't really throw good at all besides throwing the deep pass. So if you got a running quarterback and you saying, well, we need to kind of slow him down, so we basically gonna play man-to-man on the outside, and we gonna trust our DBs to be man up and cover. Right. So when he's throwing deep, he's trusting his receiver to make that one-on-one play. So that's an uncomfortable situation for a team.
Right.
Especially when you don't want to do that, but when you have to do it because I have to take extra men and come up and cover this quarterback. Now I'm trusting my guys back deep, and if they get beat, I mean, that's a situation that no coach, no defensive coach, no head coach wants to see. So I think that'll be the situation if King could start out, get a couple little early runs in, and catch him off guard and get him uncomfortable.
Blitz, if DJ say blitz from everywhere and anywhere, you think that'll work?
I mean, if they go past every play, then yeah. Obviously, I don't even think they're gonna throw the ball that much, man. I think they might throw the ball maybe 20 times, and they're gonna run the ball because they got a big, massive offensive line. So if I have a big, massive offensive line and Nick Saban thinks his defense is going to be good, I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to do what I'm known to do. I'm going to play good defense. I'm going to run the ball, play good defense. You're going to have to beat us, and it works for him.
So let me get this straight. They beat Alabama, which is a rivalry game. I mean, so it's kind of off the table, dog. Just like us and Florida State, even though Florida State was too sorry to play with us last year. But yeah, like I don't know if we was good enough to play with Florida that year, but we did, and we had, we had their back against the wall. It's a rivalry game, so it's kind of different. But they beat Alabama with a mainly running quarterback. He was the reason they won.
Basically, no. Well, I think that was.
What else did they have?
No, I think that was the game when. I mean, obviously they won when the guy
ran back the kick, right?
Kicked the field goal and he ran it back.
Right,
but I mean, he's the reason why he's in the game. You know what I'm saying? Both years because he's running the ball. If he throws for like maybe 2,000 yards and then he runs for like another 1,000 yards. Okay, now we got a third dimension in a quarterback running, and then you got two running backs who's running. So it's a lot. I'm not finna just let this quarterback just run all day up, and So I'd rather him throw the ball and trust my defensive backs instead of giving them a free lane to keep running, getting 6-7 yards per carry, 10, 20 yards per carry. Next, now he wearing our defense down. You know what I'm saying? And now it's too late. Now I got to move this cornerback or this safety up. You know what I'm saying? We already losing, and then he's still going deep. Now he beating us. Games can get beat like that. So.
Sean said, "Y'all think any players are scared?" Listen, I talked to Don Chaney dad. That's one thing Don Chaney dad did say. He said, "Man, I don't see any," and I've heard that a few times. Like they don't fear them. Like I don't see any fear in them. But listen, man, they're gonna be on the sideline 2-3 hours before the game, right? And I told you, you can always feel it. You can see it. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know what I see.
I don't think. To me, I think even before the game, even on the sideline, right before the kickoff, you can't really see it or feel it until that first hit. You know what I'm saying? You can see in the eyes, and you can see the emotions of teams. Like when we played at that time when it just felt like they just ain't care. I think it was Georgia Tech. No, not Georgia Tech. It was and we won the game. It was Central. Was it Central? It was somebody like that. We won the game, but it was like a real sloppy game. It's like, man, after the first kickoff, I just see the team just like they really didn't care. They wasn't excited or nothing like that. So after the first kickoff of this Bama game, you basically going to look and see, okay, well, you ain't ready, or they still you on. You know what I'm saying?
They steal you on. Dang, that sounded wrong.
I mean, it is what it is for the past 17, 15 years. It's they steal you on. You know, like, and that's basically going to be the headline after this game if we lose or how we lose.
Right.
Yeah, let me say how we lose. I'm not going to say if we lose, how we lose. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a close game, maybe they say, oh, well, maybe you they coming together and getting. I mean, I don't want to lose, but how we lose, you know what I'm saying? If we lose like how we normally been losing, they still you on. You know what I'm saying? And then if we lose, well, they fought tough. We lost by a touchdown or 3 points. Dang, we lost, but you know what I'm saying? All the pressure was on Alabama anyway.
Right.
All we gotta do go out there and just show up. It ain't no pressure on us. It's on them.
You think the pressure on them? Explain.
They're the number one team in the nation.
Have you ever been on a team? Have you ever been on a dominant team, like a team that, like when we was in high school at Norland, we were number one in the state. We was the best team in the city. Have you ever been on a team like that? A part of a team like that?
Yeah, my basketball team. My junior year, we was like top. We weren't number one in the state, but we was like top 10.
So around here in the city, right? In the city, when you would play district games, did you feel pressure?
Well, I never felt pressure in the game at all. I mean, that's who I was. I never felt pressure. I'm like, man, I always felt that, you know, they gotta beat me, and that's just how I always took.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I think when you're that good, you don't see the pressure. Like you don't see the pressure until fourth quarter and the game tied, and you're like, holy shit, we finna lose. But I think when you're that good, you feel like you're supposed to win.
Yeah. Okay, so for example, look at the year when we went to go play Florida, right? Florida lose. I mean, no, we lose to Florida, and yet Florida drops in the ranking. And they said, well, why we dropped when we lost? They said, well, because y'all was supposed to win. It's how y'all won that makes y'all drop.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, well, Bama, you know, if y'all gonna beat this team, y'all gotta prove throughout the whole season y'all gonna beat every team y'all play without a doubt. It can't be like, oh, well, y'all barely beat them, stuff like that, because now you got this SEC schedule where even if you lose a slip-up game, oh, well, you know, remember when they played UM and they barely beat UM? So we're going to put Texas A&M in above them, or we're going to put LSU above them, stuff like that. Yeah. That's the type of pressure I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think that's fan pressure. I'm not sure if the team, the ones.
I mean, but it happened though. It happened.
Sure the ones who actually listen to Nick say, I'm not sure if the players actually. I just think I've been on teams that good, and you feel like it's business as usual. We finna go out here and do the same thing we did to Ohio State.
Yeah,
the same thing we did. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you feel like. You feel like, yeah, they shouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's the obvious. Of course. You're like, yeah, man. I mean, the sense I'm getting from Alabama is the fact like they're not overlooking you on, but they just saying, yeah, it's just, you know, it's another game, and you know we're going to beat them. We just how we going to beat them? You know what I'm saying? I mean, from looking at that depth chart, it looked like they got a lot of freshmen that's going to play. And in my head yesterday, I was like, well, damn, I see, damn, that's kind of crazy. I think Nick Saban kind of trying you. I'm like, to play all them freshmen, it's like, dang, like, hold on.
Got freshmen at what position?
All over the field, like, all over the field. I see y'all boys, Zion, what's his name?
Freshmen?
No, freshmen, like true freshmen.
Where? What position?
Linebacker, defense end. What's our guy from who came from St. Thomas?
Dallas Thomas.
Dallas.
You remember?
Yeah, Dallas about to play.
Dallas starting.
He's not starting, but he's in the rotation.
Dallas a freak though.
Yeah, he'll freak.
He is though. He's an athletic freak.
He's
Man.
probably one of the most athletic players I've ever seen.
right.
And that's coming from watching Sean Taylor's a lot.
They got some more freshmen out there.
Yeah, they got I think a starting cornerback freshman, the number one cornerback in the nation from last year. I forget his name, Missy or something like that. I don't know if he starred, but I seen his name in the depth chart. Right. I mean, and then granted, like I tell people, I say, man, them 5-star players they got that's called play. So
yeah, is equivalent to if we started James at safety. Would any of us would we be worried?
No,
we wouldn't. Like, could he make mistakes? Yeah, but we wouldn't be worried.
Yeah, we wouldn't be worried.
We wouldn't be worried.
I mean, obviously, it's not the ideal thing to say, well, we just got a 5-star safety who's gonna come in and straight start. That means he's automatically better than the other safeties you got on the field. I mean, just being realistically, he is, but he's not gonna start right away. You know, you gotta earn it. So.
Right. Somebody said a true freshman is a true freshman. Have we ever seen a true freshman make a play in a big game?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Devin Hester is deep back to receive, and deep back to receive is Devin Hester. Wasn't he a true freshman?
Yeah, it happens.
This kid is one of the fastest against Florida, right? This kid is one of the fastest kids, and he caught that motherfucker, and he was gone. It was it.
Yeah.
It looked like he could have ran that kickoff back 3 times in a row. They could have just kicked it to him 3, and he was just kept running it back. So I mean, some guys are great. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are great. Some of them guys
live for that moment, man. You got
right.
And you don't necessarily have to be a 5-star. You just got certain players who live for that moment because they've been playing and balling in big time games. You know, being from South Florida, you got kids who love that moment. That's just what South Florida is. We feel like, man, every game is big, so we could go out there and do that stuff. Somebody said Maurice Claret. Yeah, Maurice Claret.
I got a question for you. Eden James, we were supposed to be at that game. Eden James rushed for 276 yards versus American Heritage, right? American Heritage has a good defense. I think that was a bad game for them to schedule after IMG because of Eden James, the offense that they run. Is what is it called? I don't know what it is. A wedge, a wing tee. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes they just hike him the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just give him the ball right out the back. I mean, straight out under the center.
Right. My question is this: we saw him do it in spring, and Edra was saying, "Man, he's showing too much." And then his first game versus American Heritage, he goes for 267, and they shot American Heritage. He has an offer from Miami, I think. A couple other offers. I think he's 5'10".
It's not a legitimate offer, but it's an offer. We got an eye on you.
Well, that's okay. This is my question. He's in that offense, right? How can we tell how good he is, or is it the offense? I seem to think I see him run. I go off of what my eyes see when I evaluate kids. You know what I'm saying? And I think he could play. I like what I see. He's not as small as I thought he was. But a lot of people saying, man, but look at that offense. What do you think about that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think he can play after watching him a couple times, regardless of the offense, because he's getting the ball in the backfield and he still got to find the holes. You know what I'm saying? So it's
right.
You know, if you get the ball and you can run the ball and you can break tackles, that's what a running back's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Granted, whatever offense you play in, it's different from saying, okay, like when Lorenzo Lingard came, he came from the wing T-ish offense, so he was basically right behind the quarterback, and he's handling the ball and he's hitting the gap. You know, so now he comes here and he's not doing that no more. He got to play in the spread formation where he's zones, RPOs, and stuff like that. And that's not in his headset because he didn't come from that type of offense. Well, you're looking at Eden, he's in the backfield far. So he's getting the ball and he's reading the holes. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically
very patient runner. Tyrone Moss, right?
Tyrone Moss.
I know for a fact Tyrone Moss offense in high school because my homeboy is who? Avantae Williams was blocked for Tyrone Moss for his time at Ely. I know for a fact their offense was basically run right, or we gonna run left. No, like it was no detail to it. It was like it's a left running play or a right running play for the most part.
Look at Cheney. Look at Cheney. Cheney didn't come from no. Cheney came from a wing tiers type of offense, but Cheney.
Right.
I mean, Cheney is just a different type of player, obviously. But
right.
You know what I'm saying? You're a running back, man. You can run the ball. You get the ball. You're going to find the hole. That's what your job is supposed to do, and that's it. So I think what you want to do with him is basically wait to the end of the season and might give him a silent offer. Say, man, we want you. You know what I'm saying? We want you to come to you. They don't. I mean, obviously, he gonna blow up in the market if he keep running like that.
right. We got space for him.
I mean, if they add them scholarship numbers, I could see them taking them because as of right now, we don't even have no running back on the board that we looking at.
No, not at all.
Nah, but you lose Cam Harris, obviously. You lose Cam Harris, and it leaves you with 4 running backs.
You see, I done started making memes now, boy.
Yeah, I see.
I be having too much time on my hands, though. So a few more things, man. Let me see. Let's answer a couple of these questions. Let's see. Andrew say the wing T and the triple option doesn't produce solid college running backs. Well, we got one in our backfield, don't we?
Yeah, we got Cheney.
Who else? Who ran all over Northwestern that time? Merriweather?
Nah, that wasn't Mayweather. That was
Merriweather.
Ray Armstrong and them that team. That was Ray Armstrong team.
Go back a little further. Tell me why my defense ain't working. Year the Bull. That was Brandon Merriweather, wasn't it? With Parker, I think.
Oh yeah, Parker. Yeah.
Yeah, but he ended up being a DB, right?
Yeah, it was a defensive back, college.
This right here, y'all heard about Bishop Sagamore. You been following this, man?
Man, that is the funniest story I've ever heard. But today, when I woke up, I thought long and hard, and I say I've seen this. I played against this story before. Miami Christian. The year before, I think my sophomore year, we played them. They don't win a game. They got no good player on their team. The next year, they got a totally new team. They got 6'10", 6'11" guys, 6'5" point guards, and I'm like, where are these kids come from? But these are grown men, a whole international basketball team. They brought over on Miami Christian.
My question is, see, this is where things get confused. Bishop Sagamore, the state is saying it's not a school that they recognize, right? ESPN puts them on the schedule. IMG puts them on the schedule, right?
Not just IMG, man. If you look at their national schedule, they supposed to play DeMaca, they play St. Francis, they playing all these top schools. And I looked at it, I said, well, damn, how is this even possible?
Man, listen, I don't think the story is what it is. I think it's one of these things. Where we have a lot of local schools like this, that they're not recognized. You know what I'm saying? They're schools, right? Because a lot of people been opening up schools lately. They're schools and they're not really recognized to be playing in a district or be playing anything of that nature. There's a lot of schools across the country like that. I remember one time Champagne Yacht, when they had Javante Valentine, went to Delaware to play a school, and it was in the warehouse. But they was good as hell in football, and they blowed Champagne Yacht out. That was the first time I heard a coach say, man, I don't play for no state championship. I play to put kids in college. And he was counting how much money of scholarships that they have gained. That was the first time I heard that, maybe 5 years ago. So for IMG to recognize them as a school, right? IMG have every resource in the world. They had to do their research on them. for ESPN to schedule them, it had to be something there. Now, do they have some players on their team that they maybe be ineligible or illegal? Yeah, probably so. Because when you start creating school situations like that, yeah, you got loopholes. You're not governed by this or governed by that. So I think the story, the weirdest part is they said they played a game on Friday.
Yeah, 2 days before that game.
Some of this stuff I don't believe. Some of this stuff you got to do your own research, dog. So they played a
No,
game on Friday.
I read where one of the players was like, yeah, man, he had us staying in like some rooms and we had to sleep on the floor and he said he thought he was finna get stabbed because stuff was the players fighting. Nobody really know each other and stuff like that. And they promising the parents, that they the IMG of the Midwest. And then they showed the coach and they like, oh yeah, the head coach got an active warrant out for his arrest. And I was like, what?
For fraud.
I'm like, wow, what is going on? This is crazy, man. But then I'm looking at some of the players. I'm like, yeah, I see what they did, man. Like, the coach basically saying, man, I'm finna create this, man. I'm finna get this check, man. They gonna cut us check to come play whoever we want to play, and I'm taking it.
Yeah, because there's a loophole. You know how many players are available that graduated last year, didn't make it to college? Where are they? You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them chilling.
Yeah. Where are they? Like, where are they? They in the matrix somewhere. I mean, I can only imagine the man have equipment. I can only imagine that it may be some shadiness to it, and it's probably it started with a good thought. You know what I'm saying? Cause I mean, you got equipment, you're making arrangements. I mean, I'm sure there's more to the story than what they're saying, but I blame ESPN.
Yeah. ESPN dropped the ball on that. They dropped the ball totally.
But what did IMG see?
IMG probably got the call from ESPN. So IMG like, oh, well, if ESPN say they good, we good.
IMG make their own schedule.
I mean, but IMG probably said, ESPN probably called and said, hey, man, we got this team. They just like y'all, man. We think that'll be a good game for ESPN. IMG not gonna not say no.
We did an exercise last week here on the Morning Breath Show, and I explained to them that nothing is like IMG. Okay, actually, you never been up there with me yet, right?
No, but I've been to IMG before. I've been there.
You have? Okay, so I showed them that St. Francis isn't like IMG. None of these schools are like IMG.
Nothing is like IMG.
No, it's nothing like IMG.
So, some colleges ain't like IMG.
Thank you. Thank you. I would Florida Memorial or St. Thomas. I put IMG facilities versus one of these type of schools, and yeah, nothing is like IMG. So when people start saying that, I just laugh. No, it's not the same. It's not the same at all. St. Francis came down here and lost to St. Thomas, and I'll tell y'all this. I see St. Thomas saying that wasn't an upset, but a lot. Larry Bluestein, Andrew Evans, all of us was on the sideline like, we didn't. This is not what we expect to happen. Even when St. Thomas was up 14-0, but then St. Francis flurried back and it was now 20 to 14. We thought St. Francis was going to run away with the game, but it wasn't. That wasn't the same St. Francis type team that came and beat Central that year. They were a lot smaller. They got the best players in Maryland up there, and some of the top players out of Florida up there. But St. Francis, I mean St. Thomas and Mason Taylor, Jason Taylor's son. Tight end, whatever he is, was on fire. Him and Zion, and yeah, man. I mean, answered everything and got him up out of there. Almost beat him by 2-3 touchdowns. He said Earl Little is the most overrated cornerback in the country. I don't think Earl Little is a cornerback. I don't know. I think he may even. You think he plays cornerback in college?
He could play cornerback or he could be a star or a safety, and he's not overrated. Like,
he's not overrated.
Why didn't even say that? Why you say he overrated? Because he ain't coming to UM? I mean, obviously.
Yeah, because every cornerback we get is underrated, right?
Yeah.
He the ball. Look at him.
We get it, man. No down talk kids because they not coming to UM, man. That kid is really good on the field, man.
Right. Right. You ain't never lied. Majority of the HBCUs facilities doesn't look like IMG facilities. Not,
Yeah.
yeah. Nothing is like nothing is like IMG. Let's get off. Yeah, let's
Granted,
get off.
they probably have one of the best. They probably have some of the best sponsorships of all time, man. I mean, for a high school, I mean, for a school period, let alone to be a high school. So, um, yeah, they just have more than anybody could ask for, and that's why you were saying your kid that. That's why Jacoby Brooks went there. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get ready for college.
Harry Jackson said he was scared to cover 17 for IMG. No, listen. Okay, so Harry, this is how American Heritage team work, and it worked the same way last year. Jacoby Spells covers the number 1 wide receiver. That's how it's set up. Right. And when we heard that, we was like, oh, we didn't know that. We was like,
So, yeah, we automatically thought, okay, well, Earl to do it, but no, Earl right. is interchange. Earl is basically a more valuable player because he's more interchangeable. He could play outside, he could play inside.
He's more aggressive. He's more aggressive too. Like he could play closer to the box.
Yeah.
So Jacoby guarded Romello Brinson. Jacoby always guards the number 1 wide receiver. I don't know if they knew 17 was number 1 because the way Little explained it was like basically maybe they thought his guy was number 1. I mean, listen, none of the media, we didn't know who 17 was. Like he from Chicago somewhere. That we all saw it happen in real time at the same time. Like we all saw it happen at the same time. Like we didn't know who Tamarick Vandover was out there for IMG. We didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Central recovers?
Of course. Of course. And if you looked at the Central game, is I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I just think it's coaching. The coaching matters a lot in the games like that.
Right.
That team Central played, man. They coaching just looked like they had a game plan of what to do and what to do against Central to make what Central offers not work. Plus, Lights Out got hurt. Their starting quarterback got hurt. So it's a lot that just didn't go their way. They didn't lose the game because the team was just better than them. They lost it because they didn't capitalize or make plays in the right time.
How bad is he hurt? Do we know how bad he hurt?
No. I've been trying to find out, but
right.
One of my homeboys say he should be ready to go, but I don't know how true that is. So.
They got who? Bishop Moore this week? Is this week?
No, I don't think it's this week. I think the Bishop Moore is in September.
Is it?
Sometime in September, yeah. I know Hollandale. I'm not Hollandale. Heritage plays Chaminade on Friday. That's a big game. That's going to be.
Yeah. I interviewed the cornerback last night.
Ryan Turner.
Yeah, Ryan Turner. Yeah, they got Bishop Moore September the 4th. So they got 2 weeks off before they play Bishop Moore? Damn.
Yeah. Oh, I think they play the West before they play Bishop Moore or something.
Nah, their next game is September the 4th. Wow. Yeah, a 2-week break.
Central next game is September 4th?
They don't play Northwestern until the 23rd. Oh, no, they don't play Northwestern until October the 1st.
Whoa, that's weird. Why they play the West that late in the season?
They got Booker T on the 10th.
That's I'm thinking about the West. The West has to play IMG in September. That's what I don't know why I'm thinking about that game.
Yeah, the West go to IMG, I think, this weekend. Let's see. I think they go to IMG this weekend. I know it's early. No, the West got Booker T on the 3rd. Then they go to IMG on the 10th.
Yeah, I just think, man, with a lot of our schools in the entire state of Florida, it's once you get outside the state of Florida, you start seeing the resources that the schools put into coaching.
Yeah,
that little $3,500 check in the state of Florida is nothing. Ain't nobody, not real coaches. Not saying that the coaches aren't real, but ain't no coach who really out there like that coaching for that. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. That's chump change. That's pennies.
Right, man. And it has came to bite us. It has came back to bite us in behind. You know what I'm saying? I think eventually it will, bro. I think eventually not having, because we got all the athletes, but not putting resources towards football, which they had, the black coach had got together and they were about to fight for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think they should. I think they should fight for it. I just thought
Yeah, I knew Luke was trying to start the coaching's union thing for high school or something like that. I remember at
they
one time.
started it, but I don't think they ever keep it going. I watched the show on Netflix with Jake Garcia. Did you see it yet?
Nah, I didn't see it yet.
With Valdosta High and Jake Garcia.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it. I just ain't watch it yet.
No, I watched it the other day. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was I watched the whole thing, I think Sunday morning, and good show, man. If you're not impressed with Jake after watching that show, Jake the person, you know what I'm saying? If you're not impressed with Jake after watching that show, then I don't know what to say to you. But what was crazy is that the resources that Valdosta School has, the Brent Bros, how much they praise the coach, you know what I'm saying? He went from Colquitt to Valdosta. But how it ended with the boost with the guy basically snitching on him, like basically recording him talking about the colleges, and I was like, man, that's shady as hell. Got a couple kids in trouble. He could have got a couple college coaches in trouble. But yeah, man, the resources
didn't get the college coaches that we want to get in trouble though.
Yeah, though the man basically recorded the conversation, and he had been recording this conversation. That was just what he does, and he was proud of it too. He was proud he snitched the man out like that. You gotta check that out.
Them teams, man. You got coaches in Texas, man, making six figures coaching the football high school team. So, you gonna have resources if you could pay a coach six figures. That's one coach. You know what I'm saying? In the state of Florida, all your coaches ain't making six figures. It put together. So,
oh man. But listen, bro. So it had a different feel before you get out of here, man. A different feel this morning at practice this morning.
Yeah, man. I just seen, just looking at players, man. A lot of players, the coaches. I think the coaches set in a different atmosphere around the team. So the players are getting that energy from the coaches. When you got a high level guy like T-Rob out there, DVD is not really high level, but he's like, I think why the players like him is because they know he played that position. They could talk to him like a friend, Right. And then when he's out there teaching them, it's a lot more easier to listen to somebody who's a lot more calmer in your ear. Then you got T-Rod right here who's yelling. So you listen to both of them. You say, okay, well, I got the aggressor and I got somebody who's calm in my ear. So now we got the both. That's, what I'm saying, that's good. Then like lastly and Likens, man, them two guys, man, man, I ain't even gonna lie, man. The way Likens be going at it, I'm like, man.
Likens be in the ass, don't he, boy?
Yeah, Likens be at it, boy.
Well, that been since day one.
Yeah, it been.
Man, one speed, man, since day one, man. Yeah. That man, one speed since day one.
I see why Likens and Lashley are friends, because you can see like they both kind of get kind of what he does, I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If Lashley going crazy, I'm finna go crazy. It's like if we finna go get in the fight and he jump in, I'm jumping right in with him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of energy you get from him. And it's good, man. It's good, because we got a variety of coaches who work so far. I'm thinking it's working for the team. Because Coach Fields is another one Coach Fields is another one, man, who will get there. He'll take it to that level, boy.
It's better than the last set of friends we had as coaches.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, it wasn't the last. Golden, it wasn't the last. I guess Bandy Manny was the last. Yeah,
Bandy Manny. Remember the coach what was the offensive coordinator we had? Who was trash? I always forget his name. Enos, and then the offensive line coach yelling and fussing on the sideline. I'm like, oh Lord, this is a game, and y'all fussing on the sideline.
Yeah. Who was fussing? Enos and who?
Enos and the offensive line coach. I forget the offensive line coach's name. They was yelling at each other on the sideline. I was like, wow, we might lose this game, man.
They were fussing on the sideline?
Yeah, because he was like, man, your offensive line to run the right, to I guess do the right plays. And you're like, man, they snap my offensive line. It's the play calling or whatever you call it. And I was like, oh, Lord, that can't be good.
Butch Berry, say Butch Berry?
Butch Berry, that's his name. Yeah, Butch Berry.
Yeah. But all right,
somebody just asked me what I think about Nestor. Nestor,
yeah,
I mean he's second in the depth chart, so he's going to play. He's going to, the D line going to rotate a lot. I think Nestor might have a breakout season this year.
You say he's second in the depth chart?
Yeah. I think he'll have a breakout season this year. He basically sat there on draft night and watched eight of his former teammates get drafted?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gonna have he see that like, oh man, I gotta be me this shit. I gotta get drafted. So he gonna have a breakout season.
Yeah. So listen, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, bro. And I think that's the last practice we get this week, man. We'll see you in the morning, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, boy. What's going on, man? Listen, man. Me and X went for an hour. If that ain't good information for you, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. We went for a whole hour. If that ain't good stuff for you, I don't know what to tell you. Try to answer a lot of y'all questions. I threw a couple questions up. Try to answer a lot of them. Get them out the way. Practice picked up today. X was out there. We all didn't go out there together this time. We got a couple shows that's going to drop today, man. We got a couple interviews. Non-Kane dudes, you know what I'm saying? We interviewed the Ohio State cornerback of Chaminade. We interviewed McMullins out of Coconut Creek, which he had a lot to say about Miami. He was close to coming to Miami, but he got a brother in Indiana. And a few Canevilles to drop. So listen, man, before I get out of here, scrolling at the bottom, if you're in here and you inside the plays that we put into the group, they swing trades, sit there, watch them make money. You got to take profits, get up out of there. A couple people that text me, I get up with y'all when we get up out of here. If you want to get involved with the market, man, if you always want to get started somewhere to make some money, we're not financial advisors. We just show you what we do. Then it was 786-405-9499. Appreciate y'all too, man. Listen, appreciate all y'all. Like, all the people who subscribe, the people who help, the people who come here and comment, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. Y'all make this thing go. Y'all don't understand how much of a part of the show y'all really are. You know what I'm saying? The show has a criteria, and then y'all ask questions. Y'all make the show go. Wherever we take the show, y'all comment on it. Y'all make the show go, bro. And listen, I left my job a year ago, so I ain't going nowhere. It ain't going to do nothing but grow from this point forward. It ain't going to do nothing but grow. Appreciate that, 247. So if you want to get involved, 786-405-9499, send me a text. I'm about to go work out something. Go out here and watch. Right across the street. I forget the name of the restaurant all the time, man. It's right across the street from me, man. What's the restaurant with the girls with the short on? What's the restaurant called? I forget the name of the restaurant all the time. Kyle know what I'm talking about. Kyle, we had an old meeting there, huh, Kyle? Go over here, man, maybe look at some shorty shorts, man, or something for lunch. But I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all, man. I'm D, and I'm out.